It was a common misconception that Marina and the Diamonds was a band, when in reality it was just a stage name for one woman, Marina the Amandis. The Diamonds part of Marina and the Diamonds was a play on Marina's last name and didn't refer to her band as many thought, but to her fans. And tonight it's May 2013 and the Diamonds had come out to Marina's show in full force. Marina was backstage making her preparations to head on stage. She could hear the opening act of this leg of the Lonely Hearts Club tour hitting the midpoint of her setlist. It was an upbeat song that Marina had become pretty familiar with. Not only because it was charting very well, but also because it had also been performed by another one of her opening acts on a previous leg of this same tour. Swedish duo Iconopop. Marina's current opening act had co-written the song and was featured on the track, so she was also performing the same song, I Love It. This opening act was a girl named Charlotte Atchison, and much like Marina, she also went by a stage name. Marina had met Charli about a year before this tour began. They had kept in contact and decided to collaborate on a song together, a song called Just Desserts, and they released that song as a standalone single before the tour started. Charli's music had a bit more of an electro flavor to it and was rougher around the edges, whereas Marina's sound was more polished and cleanly produced, but they had worked well together. Since Charli was 7 years Marina's junior, Marina sometimes felt a little bit like an older sister when she was around Charli, especially since they looked like they could be family. When they styled their long dark hair the same and wore the same shade of lipstick, the similarity was shocking. In 2013, this amused Marina, but only a few short years later, this resemblance would be far from amusing. In fact, this uncanny likeness would spark a surprising "bitch stole my look" beef. Welcome to StaleOldBeef Nugget, where I recap a celebrity argument that doesn't necessarily warrant my normal deep dive. Today we have Marina and the Diamonds, now simply known as Marina in all caps, versus Charli XCX. As I left off, Charli opened for Marina for 15 dates on Marina's 2013 tour after collaborating on the song Just Desserts. Fans had anticipated the two performing the song on the tour together, but this never happened, which may foreshadow that these two were not destined to be friends in the long run. One detail I noticed is that while the song is uploaded on both artists' respective YouTube channels, on Marina's channel it is titled Marina and the Diamonds plus Charli XCX, whereas on Charli's channel it is titled Charli XCX featuring Marina and the Diamonds. Woo. Around this period, there are quite a few photos of the two hanging out since they toured together. They look like they're having a lot of fun and they're drinking and having a blast, and also looking like they are doppelgangers of each other. Seriously, these two could be twins. But cut to 2016, 3 years later, and it's about to go down. Marina had released her album Froot the previous year, F-R-O-O-T, and the majority of the promotional artwork that she used for her singles and the album cover were photographed by another Charli, a photographer named Charlotte Rutherford, known as @Charli_chops on Instagram. I'm going to refer to the photographer as Rutherford so this doesn't get even more confusing. On March 10th, 2016, Rutherford posted this photo here onto her Instagram, and if you still can't tell the difference between the two of them, that is not Marina, but Charli XCX. Charli had been collaborating with Impulse Fragrances, and this was the third scent she was promoting for them. As both Marina's promo shoot and Charli's campaign were shot by the same photographer and used very oversaturated colors, greenery in the background, and both used Froot in some shots, the similarities were giving very single white female. Do you guys remember that movie? When Marina saw the pose, she commented, quote, "That Froot looks familiar!" Exclamation point. I tried to look for the comment, but it seems to have been deleted, although you can find hundreds of fans repeating this same sentiment. Marina followed up this comment with the following tweet, quote, "Imagery is artistic property. Please respect your fellow artists." Bombarded by hundreds of comments from Marina's Diamonds, the following day, Charli quote tweeted Marina and responded, "At Marina's Diamonds, I'm guessing this is aimed at me? If so, response posted here, sending positive vibes, purple heart emoji, peace hands emoji, with a link to an Instagram post, which has since been deleted, but I will read it for you, and it's a long one, so let me take a little bit of a deep breath here before we start. Okay, let's go. Here's the quote. "You know what? Sometimes you do a photo shoot standing in front of a plant. Sometimes you do a photo shoot in black and white. Sometimes you wear purple eyeshadow. Sometimes you shoot with the same photographer a fellow artist has shot with. That's just how things happen in the industry I work in." The image in discussion, which a lot of fans have been making noise about online, was from a photo shoot for a fragrance brand I have been working with for a while. The point of the shoot is to make the promotional image reflective of the packaging, as I have done on previous collaborations with them. I had not seen the artwork for Marina and the Diamonds song Immortal, and it was not an inspiration for this photo shoot or the campaign as a whole. I've seen it now, and yeah, unfortunately, it looks similar. It was shot by the same incredibly talented photographer, and it's a shame for both myself and Marina that this has happened. I'm not here to replicate or steal art or things that have already been done. What's the point in that? I'm here to do my own thing and create my own art. As I've said, the image in question, which I believe Marina had previously commented on the photographer's Instagram, was for a brand-based photo shoot for a tropical lemon-scented fragrance campaign. What was I supposed to do? Shoot it in the snow? It is not the artwork for my own album or single. That's all I need to say, really. I'm sorry I started getting British adjacent there, but I was just feeling Charli's vibes, and I started channeling her because I am a little bit psychic, and I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of that ESPN that people talk about, and honestly, it freaks me out. Sometimes I've tried to get rid of it, but much like herpes, I'm just stuck with it. Okay, I'm sorry. That was unprofessional and unbecoming of a professional YouTube fake entertainment journalist apprentice wannabe like me. It won't happen again. This video anyways. So the photographer Charlotte Rutherford did address a controversy on Instagram as well, posting, quote, "Guys," with 4 S's and 3 exclamation points, "Marina and Charli are both amazingly talented. I didn't art direct this shoot. I shot, lit, and retouched it in my normal style, which is why they look similar. Hashtag please chill." And I'm so sure that the fans just got so chill after that, because that's what stans are known for. Just being real chill. And based on my research, as far as I could tell, neither Marina nor Charli addressed the situation further in the following years. Well, that is until this year in 2023, when Ms. Charli XCX started a private Instagram account with the username @360_Brad, and Charli was asked by a fan the following question, quote, "Are you and Marina friends? Like, what happened? Sad face." End quote. Charli surprisingly actually responded, and she said, quote, "No, but it's not like deep or anything. There's no negativity in my opinion. Our worlds just don't cross. I will say I did feel negatively years later because I just felt like I really looked up to her and almost saw her as a role model in a way. And when she publicly put me on blast via subtweet, I was honestly really hurt and upset and confused, and all the fans were coming for me and everything. And I just thought that we were friends, so maybe she could have texted me or something. So I just felt like she knew she was sending people to get me online. And as someone I looked up to, I just thought that was really mean thing to do at the time. Now I'm just like, LOL, the whole thing is so funny, like as if there was a beef over lemons." So that's where the beef is resting, but as we all know, that beef could rear its ugly head and start mooing any day now, if Marina decides she wants to respond. So until then though, friends and frenemies, you know you love me. XOXO. Jaded. XCX.